Alright, so Keith brought up a good idea. Do you think Snapper has read Jet's comic?
Ah, that's a good question.
How much of a sympathy?
It is written into the universe as a thing that people searching for answers accidentally made popular.
I think it's pretty likely that he's read it because he was looking for anything connected to Mr. Man.
Do you think he has a copy on him?
Oh, he's gotta get that signed.
Oh, shit.
Now's not the best time, but...
Oh, probably. That's probably something he's got in his bag right now. That would have been on his list.
Oh yeah. Would it be like reasonable to assume that Dakota has a deck of playing cards?
Yeah.
Okay. I know I didn't specify that in any gear, but that just seems like a appropriate thing since it's on his boogie.
The question is, how did he get the special card into prison, or does it keep reappearing every time he makes a new deck?
Oh, I love that, actually. That's what keeps happening. I think that, he definitely smuggled the deck. He smuggled a deck in, but it wasn't the same one. Mm-hmm. I think it only manifested later.
For me, Marty is showing as red.
Because he does have
he took a major injury, and that's permanent.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Okay.
Fuck.
So my health is lower, but he has.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
So he got taken out in one
he
hit.
drops to 0, he could die.
Yeah.
Let's avoid that if we can.
Oh wait. So if I don't have a
No.
major, So how does that work again? If I don't have a major injury, but my health goes to 0, am I not immediately dead?
Nope, you're just unconscious.
Oh, okay. That's
Okay.
better.
We have one ray of hope in this game that's upsettingly lethal.
Yep.
It's scary.
Just take a little snooze.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
That's why they call him Snapper, because his ribs snap easily.
You can't just
Too
say
soon.
shit, man.
you can and you should.
Oh, sorry. I guess that
was incredible.
Well, that's
I'm
going
so
on,
happy.
Banter.
Oh
Yep.
boy, that's a short.
Jesus Christ.
Too soon.
That's nasty, dude. You're nasty.
I don't know what got into me there.
Can't wait for you to turn that circle on his shirt into a hole in his torso.
Just the plug gone.
It's just an aim here shirt. He's gonna get Trinity'd.
I was thinking more like Kung Pao.
Yeah.
Yeah, just punch a hole right through his chest. Kung Pao comes up way too frequently for this actual play show.
We should all watch it
time
together.
we brought it up.
We watched it in VR
I would
chat,
love
and
that.
it was extremely rowdy.
It's the best.
Kung Pao's
It's
an
the
insane
best.
film.
I need at least 6 beers before I can begin to watch that.
We should have a group viewing and put that on Patreon as a complete non sequitur
Yes, we
special
should.
feature.
Yes, we should. We
It's
should do
just
a fucking
the crew
commentary
watches
of
Kung
Kung Pao.
Pao for some
And then
reason.
at the end, we announced we're doing a Wuxia season. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Oh, God.
I have so many thoughts.
That's how you pronounce the weird word, right?
Wuxia.
Looks like
Wuxia?
Wuxia.
Yeah,
Like
Wuxia.
Tales of
No, it's
Wuxia
Wuxia.
or whatever the.
It's definitely that.
I'm happy with my character's design overall. It's just that I felt compelled for narrative reasons to have to put way too many points into wealth because of background stuff. And I'm like, one, this is like a fake stat that's never going to come up here. But two, I don't think he is wealthy in the context of this campaign because he can't access the money.
Yeah, canonically, all of Jet's bills and stuff are paid for out of a trust that Sandals set up. So you don't have access to it.
The idea was that he made money from his thing, but I'm like,
Yep.
cultists don't take credit card.
Yeah, exactly.
So he doesn't have wealth in this campaign, not really.
I just mean in terms of Melvin's money. It's not like you're sitting on a pile of literal cash, you know, it's all in its bank assets and stuff like that.
Listen, Not paying rent makes you rich in modern universe. That's like unfathomably rich.
It is very nice, but
It's beyond my means.
Why does a prison have a whole ass morgue?
that's not actually that crazy because they do
Yeah.
have to store bodies if something happens.
So I have a fun fact. So I used to go as part of what the Javi character is based on a little bit, because I was like very uncreative and was like, let me try to pick up some stuff from my own life in there, because I used to do like urban exploration stuff when I was in high school. And it was very cool. There was this place that I went to in Connecticut that had these underground tunnels that connected the buildings, and you can get into the morgue. So like I went just completely pitch black underground and stuff like that. I did it so many times that I even went without a flashlight once and just dragged a stick along the wall. So I don't know. Looking back on that, it's like fucking crazy that I did that shit. It feels like real life horror film kind of stuff. But
You were just daring fate to pull some shit.
yeah, it was cool. So I got to when I was a teenager illegally explore a morgue. So
Oh, neat.
yeah,
Very
hell yeah.
cool. Very
Bit of
based.
truth in character here.
Yeah, exactly.
As a teenager, I did a lot of dorky magic.
Oh, I mean, it was a huge
So-
dork too. But
Magic the Gathering or card tricks.
Yeah,
There's a difference.
both. If you can believe it.
Nah.
No.
Nah. I'm gonna be annoying and ask questions.
Yeah, do it.
Does anything that occurred today count as encountering the occult for the sake of growing occult?
Yeah, I think everyone is going to roll to advance a cult.
Is it 1d10?
But you lose sanity for how
You
much
do.
you get, right?
You lose sanity permanently.
Is that max sanity?
Yes, it is, you will lose maximum sanity.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna roll it.
So is it 1d10?
Yep.
I got an 8 again. That's really not bad. Keep doing a good job with this. Keep getting 8s.
10.
Ooh.
Tentacle.
And my sanity automatically drops. So your sanity automatically drops when you
Yeah. So you don't have to
Do
adjust
that.
that yourself.
yeah. All right. And now I get to roll.
So I'm increasing my occult to
you-
10.
Yep.
All right, rolling for listen. Right.
not
It's
gonna get degrees
1d10
fight.
for each stat that you're increasing.
Yep.
Sense. There we go.
Nine more listen. Damn, boy, you got some big ears on you.
What them ears do.
Come on, this is gonna be a hard one to roll. Hey, all right.
I'm so mad I rolled a 1 on charm and electronics to just increase it by 1. That's so dissatisfying. Ugh.
All right, let me know if there's anything that needs to be
rolling
changed
for
there.
fighting.
1d10 is not.
That is not higher than my fighting. Rolling for
My spot stat kicks ass now. This is great.
That is not higher than my spot. Jesus Christ, those rolls.
You do need to change one thing because you distracted him with a very weird bird sound. Definitely not very cool.
No, it was cool. I remember everyone thinking it was cool.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It was
Everyone agreed.
I want to remember the cigarette. Because the thought
My spot's at-
process,
my
the
spot's
thought,
84
the thought
now.
process that if we get stuck in the labyrinth, Jet can try to smell the cigarette.
Ooh.
84 is ridiculous.
Or the fucking facility burns down.
It's
With us inside.
It's
I don't think it could
concrete and underground.
Yeah.
You can't sandals a whole lab just like that.
Hey, I got 54 dodge now. I
The pa-
appreciate that.
The pacing of the scene escaped him, but I was gonna have Jet piss in the corner.
That's funny.
That was gonna
I like
be
how
his-
Javier just didn't
'cause
care
that-
to divulge what happened with Sandals in the fire. Just
No. But Jet couldn't tell what the fuck anyone was talking about and was just parsing that we're worried about getting lost in the labyrinth or whatever. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And I was just gonna have him piss in the corner. There, problem solved. Easy to find entrance. But then Javier went and
Some of these
folded.
rolls earlier.
Then Javier went and folded time and space. So upside, we can follow the cigarette smell potentially if we're lucky. Downside, Minotaur will find a cigarette.
Minotaur would probably find your pee knowing caw.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't pee.
Sure,
if
but what
the
I'm
Minotaur's
saying
into
is
that? You don't know.
either way, right?
Yeah.
We're fucked.
You say we roll 1d10 occult?
Yep.
And no, chat, we don't know it's a minotaur. It is a labyrinth, so.
Hooray!
That's where you keep your minotaurs, right?
Yeah. That's just how
You don't
that.
keep
That's
them
why
in a
you.
barn.
Historically, I mean, that's just why. I've said historically like
That's
it was real
just cool.
history, but that's why the labyrinth existed. It was for the minotaur. If you don't have a minotaur, you don't have a labyrinth.
I'm happy that we avoided the Minotaur, but the thing that's kind of like the double-edged sword of what we've been doing is that like we sequence broke again this time, sort of, right? Like we managed to get the elevator down without the key. The problem is that like, yeah, you can be upset about that, but the thing is we're going to be upset about that later when we come up the elevator and have to deal with a fucking Minotaur and the fucking prison happening behind us.
We'll just hack into the
without
Minotaur.
extra stuff. Like,
in DMs, I was telling Ka about that because there's an entire thing in horror games, just like The Last of Us 2 and stuff like that, and a bunch of other ones where it's relatively easy to get into something.
yeah,
But then
and then
now you
getting
have to try to
out.
retrace your steps when the Nemesis is there or something.
Yeah.
Or the Rat King.
But the nemesis has been drawn.
Yeah,
We got really lucky with the fucking tunnel, by the way. That could have really, really gone sideways for some of
The
us.
fact
Oh,
everyone
great.
succeeded on that is amazing.
So while it seems like this easy overpowered, like, oh, we just tunneled our way into the thing, like, that is just, like, absolutely not something we have in our back pocket to just continually get out of situations. So, yeah. And there was a good narrative moment for justifying it, sensing that we were going down, like, a wrong groove, kind of. Javier was like, no, this is wrong. I gotta fix this. Whew, man. Yeah, that could have been real bad.
I'm starting to think there's something suspicious going on down here.
I net zeroed on luck. I got it back.
I'm like okay at dodging now. I'm happy about that.
Hooray!
The Snapper's a
You're gonna need
stalker,
it.
and Keaton's a stalker,
Oh,
and
God.
the Binturong is just a little guy.
Keaton's not a stalker.
You just were chasing somebody that you didn't
That you
have
looked up
permission
online.
to follow.
If you do it professionally, it's not stalking, it's being a PI.
Yeah. Yeah, she's not stalking anyone, she's tailing them. There's a very big difference. She's on a stakeout. She's not like, oh, Sandals, I'm gonna figure you out. She's like, I'm gonna get money on you and then I'm gonna blackmail you.
She doesn't
Stalkers
have
are
Helga
perfect,
What a
Pataki.
whereas
scam.
I'm a professional pervert.
She's not a pervert. She is a professional. She
I'm
had
just hoping
strictly nefarious motives.
I'm hoping we can play some Lethal Company from like the operating room and kind of open and lock doors if we need to with that Minotaur.
Oh no. Oh no.
Gonna drive into the facility and explode.
Chet
That'd be
sets
great.
off a swarm of sheeple by listening bad.
You had like 2 crit fail listen checks this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
game,
that's
didn't you?
impressive.
And then I upgraded my listening.
Old man.
Keaton had a bad day today.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's
She's been
not
kidnapped
fun.
twice now.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Stop
She put
it.
her hand in something sticky, not great in this place, and lost her boot, and that was really depressing for 10 minutes.
I'm a
Jim.
very feminist writer. I kidnapped Keaton twice.
Yeah. I can't believe you damseled my cool goth character.
I enjoyed everyone's surprise at learning that Keaton was kidnapped because everyone thought that she got, like, wheeled.
I thought you got magic.
Yeah, everyone thought
I
she
was
pressed the button
nervous.
on the remote and disappeared, but instead she just fucking broke it.
I also love that we cut back to Keaton and she's the one who broke it.
Yeah.
An
Well, I was
anti-mystery. Like, how did this happen? And she's
I was
Plane
well,
crashed here.
I was thinking through, like, what is the most in-character thing for her to do right now? Like, go out, think she's being the reasonable one, and throw a tantrum over how nothing is going her way. So, yeah. I mean, but you have to think about it. She's like, okay, we got this cryptic walkie-talkie. I'm going to try to talk into it. No one's fucking responding after they told us to go outside. And now I'm in the creepy fucking murder garden. Fuck! And then she just spikes it. And whatever. Fuck the walkie-talkie. You know, she could fix it. Like that probably was what was going through her head when it broke, was like, she's like, fuck, I can fix this, but then got kidnapped. So
It's extremely funny to intuit that we were probably meant to be exactly where we are right now in like the penultimate episode.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's
I
fine
kind of
now.
figured that, but I feel like I think it's just gonna be reversed because there's more of the prison we haven't explored, and I feel like that's gonna be like getting back out of here. You know?
Yeah, right. Because like
got
we've got
Papa Coyote upstairs.
Yeah, we got down here, but like here's the thing that I was thinking of is like we got down here and we're looking for Melvin. We get Melvin. This might be like an epicenter of fucking other side activity that's happening here. And I'm sure there's gonna be crazy boss fights and crazy shit down here. But what happens when we get back up? Because there was that chapel that some crazy weird shit was going on in. Who the fuck knows what's happening there? Like there's a whole choir upstairs. Like the fact that we sequence broke this doesn't necessarily mean the climax needs to happen here for it to be good. Like we still need to get out of this place. Yep. So even if the storytelling or like the level design of this was meant to be like we go to here and here and here and here first, like it isn't that hard to swap those things and get them back. It just means we have a path out now that we need to deal with.
Yeah, escape, not find Melvin.
Yeah. And I think one thing I'll say about the writing side of this is like, this is a really interesting mystery thread to unveil, right? Because we beelined here. We came right here. We managed to get in. We're going to discover a lot, and we're going to have context now for things that otherwise would have just been like confusing, like you'll learn more later type stuff. So, and I'm making shit up, but like we go into the chapel and Papa Coyote or whoever says something fucking weird. They're like, oh, like you'll wander through the labyrinth and not know how you got in or out. Like, okay, we went through the labyrinth and we got out. He's going to say something now and it's going to be really intimidating because we know what he means by that, right? And like, that's interesting. I think that'll be interesting. I don't think that us... Sure,
Like,
poor Ka.
Cause like I kidnapped Keaton and took her to the door right outside where Papa Coyote is. This'll fix it.
My artist is on vacation.
It's fine. It's fine.
I sort of like, there's my choice to go to the shower was for a couple of reasons. It was like, one, I just wanted an excuse to like go somewhere else before we went down to the morgue. And I was just trying to come up with like a narrative explanation of being like, okay, like I'm covered.
We were covered in gravy, yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's a reason for this, but also like there's the meta reason of just being like, we should see some more of this prison. And by doing that, we learned that there's something going on in the chapel. So,
and frankly, the crazy shit about this too is like what Ka just described is that this place is a non-Euclidean space. So like, even with Javi tunneling around, who the fuck knows where we actually are?
Yeah.
Because Ka did not just say, you're in a computer room in the labs. Javi might have tunneled us to this computer room, but we end up in cell block N. You know, like that is totally fucking possible, which is with what has been set up. And that's really scary because then all of a sudden we're thrown into this situation where like, okay, we thought we understood the rules of this place. Now the navigation has been done for us in a way that further upsets our way of understanding the layout of this location. And like, what happens when we open the door to the chapel and we exit into the yard? You know what I mean? Like that suddenly doorways don't work the way they're supposed to anymore. And I think that's something that we sort of played with the dream space in Dead Laws, is that you're not walking from a spatial location to a spatial location when you're on the other side. You are walking to places that are linked like thematically, that operate on feeling, not logic. And like, especially here with this connection to like the back rooms and like liminal space, like I'm not trusting where we are. You know, for all we know, we're gonna exit into fucking the fish lady's like her back office, right? Because that's, who knows if that's where the fucking computer is. I don't know. That's scary. Because what happens then when we have to navigate back through? Who can say? That's fucked up. So
Ka can say.
Ka could say.
Don't worry, Ka. If Aeria is not home, he already drew a horrible bull monster last season.
That's true.
I don't even want to begin unpacking those cameos. That was crazy.
Jet give the hat back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was
Important
pissed
questions
off
being
at the
asked.
pins.
But
I do
Hot
not have to
Topic
commission
pins in
a
my
hat
hat.
I was about to
swap.
say no hat swap for the sprites.
Had to change who's wearing the hat in both sprites. That
That'd be
that has
truly
bad
petty.
memories at this point. I don't think he wants it back.
Haha, I'm worried.
So is
It'll be
Ka.
fun.
So when does Aeria get back?
Tuesday. I'm gonna have a time.
Yeah, I thought for sure we were gonna have a moment at the elevator where we were gonna have to backtrack and look for the key in the prison, and I'm sure that's what Ka was hoping for.
Yeah, I'm sure Ka thought that too. Yeah.
It's time for all of a sudden a flashback episode as we all detail what we were doing 5 minutes before the
episode-
campaign started.
It's just 3 hours entirely of sandals.
Yeah, we have meanwhile at Sandals Watch.
We could have the 3-hour-long Sandals episode. That was planned. That was budgeted as part of production.
Dakota will bring the popcorn for everyone else to watch.
I don't like that.
I made
that-
it myself.
No. That's bad.
People are
This was
memeing
awesome.
strangely alluring boy failure.
That was hilarious.
We're gonna need to get that on a t-shirt.
That is-
We
that
That
need
was
it-
quite the fucking line.
yeah.
I could put that on a shirt.
It needs to be fucking Charlie XCX like brat green, and then in that font just says strangely alluring boy failure.
I just
Ring boss
it was
name.
my improvised reaction, just the fact that I was like, I need to call him something, but he's the character that keeps fucking up every interaction, but he did charm Jet at some point, so Jet's vaguely like on board.
By the way, Javier hid that tunneling ability from the guard. Like, no one knows he's capable of that. The guards don't know that. That's not something he'll ever
They
let out.
would be
That was his.
extremely interested if they figured out you could do that.
Yeah, no, that was his trump card to if something really went sideways, because as much as the situation sucked, he's being tortured going through these insane tests. He kind of knows what's at stake. He's hoping he's going to get contact from Sandals. He's hoping something is going to happen. But his plan B was always like, no prison can hold me. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Like, he knows it's risky though. He's only ever done that once before, and he kind of like fucked it up. So that was only his
Tetsuo Akira the situation.
yeah. So that was only his second time tunneling, and the first time he accidentally like teleported like a mile down the road from his apartment into like a parking lot in the middle of the night. So like, yeah.
This is
Places to end up.
the people are putting in chat like really good ideas for like random side episodes, and they're like, I want the Sandals and Javi X-Files Monster of the Week episode. I want this.
Great.
I want the slice of life like Mikey, Derek, and Goose episode like that. I want that too, guys. You have no idea.
I'm amused by the fact that like it's kind of panning out the way I said, where I was like, it does feel like this is going to be like the Doctor Sleep to our The Shining, and so the fact that Javier is just using powers on purpose now is very like, oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Because that really was like this, that was really the strange X-Men sequel to The Shining.
Yeah. It's a good movie. I mean,
Yeah,
I think
neat.
it's a really interesting way of like playing with
Yeah.
that. And like I think we're doing something very similar, especially with Javi. Again, like Charles Xavier, you know.
Dude, that
like,
was so good. I'm so happy you said that.
Fucking
Why
X-Men.
Javier? Why not Javier?
Because it's Javier, but Xavier, get it?
Turning it into Xavier, yeah.
I just
Charles Xavier.
Charles Javier would have been just fine. I would have got it. Javier
It's
hurts me.
Very funny. Sandals. Fucking Keaton is funny. Okay, she's like a funny character. This is turning out to be a very funny, like slapstick season in like a really good way. It's like it's
While
very
also having
easy.
the most violent imagery so far.
Well, it's
Yeah.
very funny to
dichotomy.
imagine the like we have the goofy reverse playing fucking elevator bop while we're all freaking out and trying to swat spiders in the elevator, and then we enter an uneasy truce with half of us backed into one corner and the other two in the other two, and we're like, we good, okay, bye. Like it's so funny. It's so fucking funny.
Stephanie, help!
Yeah.
Stephanie, help. That's
It's
a callback.
R-rated.
Jesus.
R-rated Looney Tunes.
I forgot that people watch my stuff.
Very funny.
For background for people that don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of references to me, I hate spiders. I hate them so much. I do not like encountering spiders indoors. Outdoors, it's kind of neat when they're in a bush, just hanging out, being a weird giant spider in a bush web. But in my room, I'm upset. There was a spider going up my wall, so I caught it in a glass, and then realized I was just trapped there with a glass against the wall, unable to go anywhere. So I just started yelling, like, Stephanie, help, through the wall, because that's the wall she's on. In the other direction, she just sleeps in the other room. And so I was like, can you get like a paper or something? Because I needed her to help me get the spider trapped in the glass so we could actually do something with it. And she kept it, which is the worst outcome, because she keeps spiders. I tried to think about the fact that on the other side of the wall are just several spiders.
Well, think about this. What if they get out?
There's several spiders, lots of crickets, a snake.
And then they're like in your room?
Like a few dozen fish.
Crickets indoors, girl. Come on.
The crickets make for good ambiance.
I've had
It's
crickets
so
in my bed
annoying.
before.
They don't bug me. It's just annoying. I'm
don't,
not creeped out by them.
They don't particularly do anything. It's just I was not happy to find crickets in my bed that were alive. It's just that she like dropped them once, and a bunch of crickets were navigating the house. I once went upstairs with groceries when I first arrived home and just watched as a giant yellow snake that's as big as my body basically just slithered across the hallway into the bathroom and escaped into the vent.
Cool.
And she was like, you didn't just grab it? And I was like, my hands were full, and also, what the fuck is this imagery that I'm looking at? I don't know how to react to this. And she was really sad, and I felt bad because the snake was just missing in the house vents for like 3 days. And I'm like, I'm sorry if it died. I didn't mean to. I just didn't. I'm not trained for this. But then, like on the 3rd day, she went to open the bathroom door, and it was like wrapped around the doorknob on the inside of the door. And she'd been keeping the door closed so that if it did come out, it wouldn't like go out into the house or something. And it was like literally wrapped around the doorknob on the inside, so it worked out. That snake was found again.
That's good. You don't want a dead snake in your walls.
Stephanie can be a lot. She's fine, like as a person, but she contains horrors.